Hi, and welcome to Catherine's Low Income Prepping / Survival. This is episode number 56. All right, I think I got it right this time. So, since we last talked, I wanted to show you something. I figured out how to take the caps off this thing. They were on extremely tight, and it is adjustable. So if you want to buy one, and don't look too bad looking through the scope tube. I mean, you could get a bigger one with maybe a bigger lens and stuff to where, this is only 20 millimeters. I know a lot of them, you can get them like 34 and 20 something higher up. And then of course there's the 3x9 ones that have the big open lenses at both ends. But this is good enough for a 22, being in fact you're going to be fairly close, and you're going to be shooting, let's say, squirrels or raccoons, maybe something a little bit bigger, maybe a little further out, which is why I got the 3x7 instead of just the 3 power scope. And I'm sorry about the sniffles, but I'm doing that today as usual. So after we got paid, I went out and I did some other shopping and got some things for the house, some batteries, and of course the normal stuff, plus a little extra toilet paper, a little extra here and there. But I'll talk to you today about this emergency broadcast thing. It was nothing. They made this big thing out of it. They said it would turn on people's phones that were turned off. It did not turn on anybody's phones. It just did the ones that were turned on, and it hooked through the, cell towers. And of course, we have internet, which I watch on. I don't think it even interrupted the internet. So people made a big thing out of it, and of course people made little lies, and as usual, I notice people do that a lot. I'm putting something away, so come on, people out here in the community, it's not fantasy, it's, you can have fun, but let's have some real stuff. Let's talk about real stuff. Well, first of all, I don't know if you heard, but in Ukraine, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Russia too. Russia had their emergency thing, and they were saying, oh, well, 30% of our population will die. I think it'd be a little bit more than that. As you know, the bombs are pretty big. And, of course, we're going to lose a lot of people. Being the fact the United States doesn't have anything to take care of our people. I mean, I imagine the elites, i.e. the rich people, and perhaps the people that are needed for after the war to rebuild civilization, they'll be taken in. Us poor people, or low-income people, as my site is, will actually have to fend for ourselves. We don't have a fallout shelter. We don't have a basement. If we did, I would put one together in the basement. I'm hoping sometime next couple of years to get something or dig someplace somewhere that I could build one once we buy a piece of property, or maybe rent a basement where I can fix it up, where I can prepare it if there is a nuclear war. But hopefully it won't happen before then, or not at all, because who really wants that to happen? Okay, now good news about the Ukrainian war. I guess we had seized a bunch of 7.62 by 39 ammo from the Iranian ships that were transporting ammo that we had seized, and we gave it to Ukraine. They're using the AKs and stuff, and so that's pretty good. They got to use it. Besides the stuff we're sending them and stuff. And, there's a lot of garbage out there on the internet. There's channels that are saying, oh, we're sending troops over there. Well, we send a few people who are teaching them how to use the weapons we're sending them, not actual combatants. I mean, if they're in harm's way, I imagine they're going to fight for their lives, but they're we're not sending troops of soldiers over there to attack the Russians. This is just material aid and financial aid that we're giving them. And so people need to get over all that too. So, I haven't heard anything new about the Nipah virus, but I'm keeping my eyes open on that. So after we went shopping and stuff, I picked up these candles. Just say they were in a Halloween package at the local secondhand store. I like to get candles because, you know, they give us a few minutes of light, especially if we're outside. We actually have solar panels in each window. We have four of them, and we can push a button on them. They don't turn on automatically like the ones do for outside. The ones we have are good shed ones, and they'll actually light the room up quite high. That's not adjustable. I wish it was, so we could use less power. But, you know, we're doing the best we can with the money we got. This is low income prepping and survival. Okay, the other thing is, I got this for $1.99. It's gingerbread spreaders for the kitchen. I have Christmas spreaders that are, you know, Mrs. Santa Claus. I got 2 or 3 other different snowman and Christmas tree. And I got some 4th of July. Some summer beach party type 4th of July spreaders. I like to have a set for each season. Yet I'm trying to keep my belongings. When you're poor, sometimes you lose your place to live or you lose your stuff because you end up moving around a lot. And this time we're really trying really hard not to have that happen. So I'm getting things, and, you know, most of the stuff I get is you know, we have a microwave, we have a coffee pot. Well, like our egg beater is manual. Our can openers are manual, and we have more than one, plus we have the military-style can openers. Plus, I know how to rub it on the cement to get the top to come off. But anyhow, this month when I go shopping, I'll be picking up some extra macaroni and pastas and stuff, and moving some of it into the kitchen to use, because I've rotated through most of the pastas that I'm going to use over this last year. So I'm going to try to move some of it out, put some new stuff in the cans, and then, you know, move on from there. There's a lot of canned goods I'm going to need to get. I just rotated all of our meats. Take 1 or 2 cans of everything out, and I put it in the kitchen. We use it, and then I go buy new ones. But most things I wait until I need 2 of each item. It's kind of expensive doing it that way, but, you know, we like the cooked meat. You buy the hamburger, it's 2 pounds for, or 1 pound and 3/4. If you buy the large can of the cooked meat, like hamburger or pork or ground beef, and you got to figure it's $9 and something, and one's $10 and something. But if you buy 2 pounds of good hamburger, it's around $5 and something a pound now. And when you cook it, it cooks down to less than that. And another bonus is you get beef broth in the cans of meat, the big cans. So it's kind of worth buying it that way. And then you take some of the meat and the broth and make yourself like a beef soup. Throw in a can of mixed vegetables or carrots and peas. Maybe some noodles, some egg noodles one time, maybe some ramen noodles. You get the little beef packet in the ramen noodles, or chicken packet if you want to throw some chicken in it. You can buy large cans of chicken. So you get 2 meals out of it. I mean, pre-problems. But you can also buy the small cans. I buy them too once in a while. It just doesn't add up to the same amount, and I try to get the most bang for our dollar. Next, I'd like to talk about a few other things. I bought some batteries and stuff too, 9-volt batteries, because every so many months they come around, they want to know our smoke detectors work and stuff. And now the corporate's always trying to figure out a way to save some money that owns the property, even though they get subsidized and get all kinds of breaks. They want us to buy the batteries now for the mandatory smoke detectors. But anyhow, Que sera, sera, as they say. So, let's talk about the government. We almost shut down. And then I don't like McCartney, but you know what? McCarthy, or whatever his name is. I like Paul McCartney, but not McCarthy. You know, he did the best he could. You know, they wanted to close down the government. It was only obvious. Some of the Democrats and most of the Republicans. I vote Republican a lot, but I don't understand this, why they would want to do that. But they passed a stopgap that doesn't fund a lot of different things, but it funded the government itself, which is really what they should have funded until they come to an agreement. They're always saying, oh, it's going to hurt the people on Social Security, on low incomes, and handicapped people, and people on, veteran stuff. Oh, and they don't want to pay, they can't pay the military if they shut the government down. They should pay the military, Social Security, the food stamps, and the people that are supposed to get money from the government, like the railroad people and stuff like that. They worked, and even the people on a fixed income, some of them didn't work for their whole life, but they did for part of their life, unless they were really badly physically handicapped. But anyhow, they complain and complain and complain about all this, but they're letting all these people in over the border. Now, New York is big open-minded people, and they wanted all these people coming in. Well, now they're getting it. And guess what? They have a problem with it. Ha ha, as the guy on The Simpsons says. This gal says, ha ha. California's having problems. Why don't we put these people, the ones we don't want here, on planes, give them some money, fly them back to their country, and drop them off there, tell them if they come back, they'll go to prison for 20 years, illegally entering the country. If we illegally entered Russia, they could shoot us. If we illegally entered certain other countries, you either get deported or you get put in their prison. You got to follow the rules. If they came across the border, I have no problem with legal immigrants. It's the illegal immigrants. We got too many people in our government. Biden, Harris, a lot of these Democrats that don't really care about Americans. Americans should be the first ones to get help. We have lots of homeless. Let's house the homeless, the ones that want housing. Let's help them out. Let's take care of people, the poor. Why are we taking these people into our country? That's the question you got to ask yourself. They're fundamentally trying to do this. You may not like certain factions, but the people who are born here in America deserve to get taken care of first. If your birth certificate says you're born here, you get taken care of first. It's just like, I like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but, he wasn't born here, so he can't be president, okay? I think that if you're coming across the border, they're giving these people thousands upon thousands of dollars, their families, buying them cars, putting them in housing. There's homeless people that have been on the streets for God knows how long. It's time that we as United States citizens vote the people in that will take care of the people. It's all about the people, because that's who we are as the people. This is our government. This is our country. These people in the government work for us. And this bullshit about the Second Amendment, them trying to take away the Second Amendment. Our country is different from any other country because we have the Second Amendment. Get over it, you Democrat, anti-gun people. Get over it, anybody else that's anti-gun. Second Amendment's just as important as the First, the Third, and the Fourth, and the Fifth. Illinois is turning so communistic, it's pitiful. You know what? The law they just passed there, where they want you to register your guns, registration leads to confiscation. Don't do it. Do not comply. Anyhow, please vote your conscience and vote to take care of Americans. Put people in office that are not going to be easy on criminals. The criminals have it too lax. these people robbing the stores and everything else, put them in jail. Pedophiles, put them in prison for the rest of their life. Murderers, the rest of their life. Drug dealers, the rest of their life. Let's start being hard on these criminals. Let's start being hard on the people that illegally enter our country. Send them home. All right. Y'all have a good day. Give everyone your family. Tell them how much you love them. Give them a big hug. Try to be nice to people. Y'all take care. Remember to like and subscribe. And remember, you are the resistance.